What if I told you that one piece of paper has witnessed the rise of Saddam Hussein, two devastating wars, and an entire nation's rebirth? That piece of paper is the Iraqi dinar, a currency that has refused to die, no matter how many times history tried to erase it. The dinar's story isn't just about money. It's about power, pride, and the survival of a nation against impossible odds. When you hold an Iraqi dinar note, you're holding decades of struggle and hope, the legacy of a people who never stopped believing that one day their currency would rise again. The rise and fall of power. To understand the dinar, we must go back to the 1980s, when Saddam Hussein ruled Iraq with absolute authority. Back then, the Iraqi dinar was strong, really strong. One dinar could buy you more than $3. Iraq was wealthy, powered by oil, and respected across the region. But then came the Iran-Iraq War, a brutal 8-year conflict that drained the nation's finances and sent inflation soaring. By the time the Gulf War hit in 1991, Iraq's economy was collapsing. The United Nations imposed crippling sanctions, cutting Iraq off from global trade and isolating its financial system. That's when the dinar's nightmare began. The once proud currency plummeted in value, and the government began printing new notes, often without proper backing or international recognition. Iraq was flooded with low-quality bills, and the once golden dinar became nearly worthless overnight. The 2003 invasion and the Great Reset. Fast forward to 2003. The US-led invasion toppled Saddam's regime, and with it, Iraq's entire monetary system collapsed. Chaos spread across the country, and the dinar's value hit rock bottom. But in that chaos came an unexpected opportunity: a financial reset. The Central Bank of Iraq launched a bold plan to issue new currency notes, completely redesigned and free of Saddam's image. Between October 2003 and January 2004, Iraq printed and distributed new dinar bills that would symbolize a fresh start. This move stabilized the economy and unified the nation's two separate currencies, the Saddam dinar in the south and the Swiss dinar in the north. For the first time in decades, Iraq had one official, stable currency again. It was a turning point, but it was only the beginning of a much longer journey toward true recovery. The long road to revaluation. After 2004, the Iraqi government and the central bank began working quietly to rebuild trust in the dinar. They introduced banking reforms, strengthened foreign reserves, and aligned with international organizations like the IMF and World Bank. Oil exports, Iraq's lifeline, began generating billions in revenue, and the country slowly started to regain financial stability. Yet the dinar's value remained low on the global stage. Why? Because true revaluation requires not just money, but confidence, transparency, and international credibility. Over the past decade, Iraq has been laying that groundwork. From launching anti-corruption campaigns to modernizing its banking systems, every reform has brought the nation one step closer to the long-awaited revaluation process. Today, many experts believe Iraq is already moving through a gradual revaluation, not a sudden overnight event. The central bank's actions, tighter monetary policy, digital finance integration, and expanding trade in local currency are signs of a nation rebuilding from the inside out. From war to revaluation, a nation's comeback. The story of the Iraqi dinar is the story of Iraq itself, a tale of resilience, redemption, and rebuilding. From war-torn cities to emerging financial hubs, the dinar's journey mirrors the country's struggle to reclaim its place on the global stage. While the world once wrote off Iraq as a failed economy, the tides are turning. With new partnerships forming across Asia and the Middle East, Iraq is slowly regaining its financial independence. Every reform, every policy shift, and every oil deal brings it closer to that long-awaited goal, a currency that truly reflects its nation's wealth and potential. So the next time someone says the Iraqi dinar is just another failed currency, remember this: history has a way of surprising those who stop paying attention. The revaluation may not happen overnight, but it is happening step by step. Because in the end, the dinar's real story isn't about collapse, it's about comeback, and this comeback is already underway.